Right, hi everyone, welcome to the Sapphire podcast. Tonight we've got Jamie Clark, Paul Roche, Michael McCrossan and myself, Charles McGinty. Tonight we're going to talk about AI in the workplace and how it links to sustainability and leadership. Boys, have you anything to start us off?
I think have you seen the BBC article for the 25th of September? So they're chatting about how AI is going to change a million jobs down in London. I mean, I don't know about you. I think when you're looking at the kind of mainstream media saying these kind of clickbaity headlines, it's a bit sensationalist. I think AI is probably going to be good for the majority of tasks. I think it takes some of the dullness out. I mean, it's up to I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I mean, I think it definitely. There was a study done by McKinsey, and it's shown that AI is very good at looking at patterns. Obviously, it's a computer that looks at patterns, and it's very good at just looking at how workers are performing and how it doesn't impact. We don't get the same kind of fatigue with AI as we do with other workers. So.
In the contrary to that, I actually read a report for the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development. It actually said 1 in 6 employers think AI is going to shrink headcount within the workplace, mostly kind of junior roles and mid-level management. HP, IBM and Amazon have apparently also signalled losses of jobs due to AI. Apparently, HP is looking to cut 6,000 jobs by 2028. I believe that was Business Insider that put that article up.
Oh, wow.
For the research that I've seen, it very much looks like AI is on track to take over for a lot of jobs.
There's also, backing that up, Charlie, there's also an interesting article with Geoffrey Hinton, the ex-vice president of Google, talking about the dangers of it and noting that there's a massive part of him that actually regrets his life's work. And you've also got Elon Musk that's come out in a 2023 open letter urging to put a pause on large AI experiments because they reckon obviously the impact on jobs is going to be major.
Right. Jamie, you got anything?
I think it's important to potentially add that the fact that AI, it's got the potential there to grow businesses economically with regards to using sectors such as like manufacturing. Today, I think that what we're not really discussing is what new business ideas it can bring to the table. So for all their sources may add up to the fact of saying we're going to lose jobs, we're not actually looking at the widespread adaptation to jobs. So for example, like the technology industry, we're looking at the fact that we can now use engineers and we can now get college placements in place and university institutions now actually adapting to these different AI technologies.
Right.
And then overall, what that's going to do for the planet is it's actually going to, for us, be able to use technology that can look at things like predicting natural disasters, wildfires. So I think the balance of probability is that it's something for the future anyway. And we should be trying to embrace it from a transformational leadership point of view. We're always looking at coming across as the cutting edge and try to change mentalities and cultures. So for me, AI would do that. The only thing to counteract it would be about the ethical side of it, and whether or not, as Paul and yourself, Charlie, saying, are we replacing jobs with robots, and what that does for people as a whole.
You raise a good point about the leadership style. I feel like just now it's very much a transactional leadership style that the companies that are using AI are introducing. It's all profit driven, a lot of it. They're trying to save money, they're trying to cut jobs. Obviously, you're talking about the environmental impact and how they can use it for predictions, but as it stands, I think the transactional leadership style seems to be the kind of the main focus point or the main leadership style that is using AI. And I think you're right. I think if we can get to transformational leaders using AI, I think it's definitely going to be a lot better.
Aye, totally. I think looking at that, looking at that article at the start of it, the sensationalist headline, and it's NHS kind of trusts in England are using AI to support pharmacists, for instance. So it's not necessarily taking jobs away from them, but it's actually taking away, as I've already said, the dull tasks. They're looking at the patterns, they're looking at the repeatability and stuff. And then it's allowing faster healthcare, essentially. So it's getting, because it's pharmacy, it's looking at dispensing drugs, it's looking at how we can get the right treatment to the right patient at the right time, which then ultimately frees up beds, which then ultimately just makes healthcare a bit better. And it's, you're talking about the profitability. I think profitability is good if you're a private entity. If you're thinking about things like the NHS and implementing it within the public sector forums, it doesn't necessarily increase any profit because we don't make profit in public service, but it frees up the money to then be reallocated to other frontline services. So I think looking at kind of triple bottom line, it's sustainable. We're actively expanding and improving healthcare. We're then making it equitable, and we're giving people the ability to have the same treatment and kind of repeatability with the treatments that we're doing. And then we're saving money ultimately as well, and just making the process nicer for everybody. And I do think to implement it in that kind of sense, you do need that kind of transformational leadership to see that this is going to be a good thing. This will increase our throughput patients, or it will increase the human element. Ironically, using AI, obviously, but it'll increase the ability for waste reduction. It does frees up the money and stuff. So yes, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to watch the time a wee bit here. We've only got 10 minutes. So, Paul, is there anything you'd like to add to this?
No, when you link that, you're mentioning there, Michael, obviously about the triple bottom line. For me, one of the biggest things with AI is the impact on the environment. I mean, I'm doing a wee bit of research, and a couple of things that I found online were quite disturbing. You mean you're saying that like the 2024 data centres accounted for 1.5 of the world's electrical consumption. The reckon is going to be doubled to 945 terawatts by 2030, which ultimately is going to exceed Japan's current total electricity consumption. So if you were talking about tying it back to the triple bottom line and like kind of like ethical sides of it, if you link that back to Kohlberg's strategies of moral development, one of the stages in that is saying about I work with others to do what is best for all of us. So is it really better for all of us that ultimately we're massively increasing our carbon footprint and we're essentially destroying the planet even more? So I get there are the other sides of it where it's good, it's going to do this, but for me there's ethically there's a lot of issues with it.
So
sorry, Michael, you go.
No, you were there first. Sorry.
No, Michael, please go.
No, honestly, and I think there was an article yesterday around how Scotland, it's the first time since we've implemented the wind renewable energy that we are now we've now turned a profit essentially with our renewable energy. So if Scotland were implementing kind of large set data centres and we're able to use renewable energy, that would probably offset some of that carbon.
Right, okay.
Obviously, the discussion point there is then how much carbon goes into the generation of the renewable thing, but that's not what we're chatting about now. But ultimately, I mean, if you're looking at what we've got to offer in Scotland, we've got a high amount of wind, obviously. We've got then the specialty and the kind of the jobs already here to support the kind of renewable sector as well. So I don't necessarily think we can just play that off with AI bad because of power consumption. So
Michael and Paul, good Scottish talkies there. That's us actually out of time for the night. I just want to thank Paul, yourself, Michael, yourself, and Jamie for coming on and having this discussion about AI. I think it's been really good, really informative. If you want to catch us next time, it is Sapphire podcast, and we'd like to hear your thoughts on AI and leadership sustainability. Just thanks everybody for listening, and hopefully we'll catch you next time. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.